Okay. So here's a possible project, and it's got a lot of cool stuff. Alright, so here, this is known as a Raspberry Pi. It's got 800 megahertz processor on it. It's got 2 USBs. Light's a little bright. 2 USBs. It's got Ethernet. It's got HDMI audio. Raspberry Pi, pretty nifty little cool guy. It's running Linux on this SD card. So here we have a Arduino Desamilia. I'm going to use this I'm hoping for some input-output. I can also use this board for some input-output, but I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to have this run the web server, this run my input-output, which brings us to another little item. This is a wireless Arduino 2.0. I think it's a, let's see, it's from Async Labs, which no longer produces them apparently. It's the Wi-Fi Shield 2.0, so that goes with the Arduino. And then I happen to pick up at Radio Shack. This is an Arduino motor controller, Shield. Now, I think I'm having issues with one of the output regulators. For some reason, the A will turn on, but the B won't, or vice versa, one or the other, unless I crimp a cord specific in just the right angle. So what I'm thinking about doing is here I have just a typical remote control car. Goes with the wheels side to side, and that's based on this motor here. If it goes positive one way, it'll turn right. If it goes positive through the negative, it goes left. Then I have this motor back here in the back, and positive goes forward, positive through the negative goes backwards. So I guess I don't know what it's called, I guess bipolar motor. It goes forwards and backwards for the front and the back. So what I think I might end up doing is then attaching, I have simple servos, simple hobby servos, attached to a Wi-Fi cam. It's actually an Ethernet webcam. And I've connected it with makeshift, broke the brackets. I've connected it with makeshift brackets. So what I think I'm going to go for the goal here is I'm going to have this run the actual web server. So that way I can take a lot of the processing power away from the Arduino, because I've kind of played with the Wi-Fi Shield and the Arduino a little bit, and I find that if you overload too much processing on it, it just shuts down. So I want to try and take that onto there, then just use this for communication. So try to put the Wi-Fi Shield onto the Arduino, use this Arduino motor shield to power the actual vehicle for the front left and the forward back, and then use the input-output of the actual Raspberry Pi for the hobby motors, and see how that works. Then when everything's said and done, the problem I run into is getting remote power, so battery source, to run it all. And then I need to see if I can replace this with an actual wireless, because this, unfortunately, Ethernet. So use that to run my Wi-Fi, that to run the server. You see, now I'm going to run into a problem. How do I get that connected to that? Because that would need an Ethernet cable, but that's Wi-Fi. So I wonder if I can get that to communicate with that locally. That may be an issue. We'll have to come back and rethink that, or see if anybody online knows if that's possible. Run that through USB to that. Yeah, because then this could communicate with this, because those are 2 USB hosts. So I can run that and have it communicate just straight to the Arduino, and then have that, when I patch in through the internet, connect to the Arduino and send commands to the Linux board. Maybe. I don't know how that's going to work. We'll find out. So just a, I guess, simple project. I don't know how simple this actually is for I haven't really used the Raspberry Pi much. I've used that once and it never really worked right. That I've used for simple LED projects in the Wi-Fi shield just to test it and make sure it works. And then when I loaded a web server on it, it crashed horribly. So I don't know how that's going to work either. So everything's said and done. Vehicle, there's the breadboard already on there. Vehicle, motors, oh, it's got 2 lights up front. Motor turn left, right, motors forward, back. That run the web server. That run my shields for motors and power. And I'm going to try, according to this here, the Raspberry Pi has input-outputs on these little pins right here. I don't know how that's going to work, if I can do Linux on through it, or if I need to even bother with any of this stuff, but we'll live and learn, I guess, and see if I don't fry something. So, these are all just little trinkets I picked up along the way, and we will find out how things go. We will keep a log and see how it goes.